Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, we'll be discussing certain details about an illustration, or rather we'll be discussing an illustration for your reference related to problems of bills of exchange. So this illustration will be a simple illustration just to give you an idea about how the bills of exchange entries are supposed to be passed. We'll note down the illustration here and then we'll further go ahead with the journal entries passing on it. So let's go ahead and note down the illustration. Make sure you guys also note down this illustration so that it is easy for your reference in near future. So we have mentioned on the question here. Let's reiterate the question for you. On 1st of September 2016, Vijay sold goods to Preetham for 1,06,000. Preetham immediately accepted a bill for 3 months, that is, a 3 months bill of exchange was immediately accepted by Preetham. On the due date, Preetham requested Vijay to make a fresh bill, or rather renew a fresh bill for a period of 2 months. That means on the due date he wasn't able to pay, and hence he requested Vijay so that he can make a fresh bill for the next 2 months again. And Vijay immediately agreed to it. However, he asked Preetham to pay up the interest at 9% per annum to be immediately paid up in cash, and Preetham agreed to it. Second bill was paid on due date. We have to give the journal entries for Drawee and Drawee as well. That means in the books of Drawee, the journal entries, and the books of Drawee, the journal entries. Make sure the date column has to be mentioned here and it has to be perfect. Otherwise, you'll lose out on marks. So currently, we are mentioning the journal entries in the books of Vijay, who is the drawer. Let's start with the journal entries. So the first entry that has been mentioned here refers to Preetham account debit to sales account, which states that the sale has been done. This is the sales entry. Now the second entry that refers to will be on the same day because Preetham accepted it on the same day. So 1st of September, 3 months bill was passed and accepted, and the entry refers to bills receivable account debit to Preetham account. Now here comes the crucial part. 3 months from now will be the date, or rather we can take the due date of the bill. So we'll have to pass that entry. But before that we have to select the date. So what will be the date for 3 months? September is 1 month. So 1st of September till 1st of November, or rather we can just calculate. September is 1 month, October is 2nd month, November is the 3rd month. So 1st of September to 1st of December is the due date. But there is one thing that you need to understand. We need to add 3 days of grace period so that can be calculated here. So 3 days will be 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So 4th December is the due date here. That will be including the grace period. Whenever you have to mark the date, please include the grace period so that it will be easy for you to understand which date is the due date here. Now on this December, that means 4th of December, the bill was dishonored. That means he requested it to renew this thing. So that entry will be passed. Now on the same day, we have a 9% interest that is charged to Preetham. This is an income for us, hence interest will be credited, and Preetham is the person who is paying it, hence Preetham will be debited. So let's pass that interest entry first, interest due rather. Now 9% interest has to be calculated on 1,06,000 for 2 months itself. Let's calculate the amount. So the amount comes to 1590. Now a new bill will be prepared. However, in this new bill, we'll have only the amount which is supposed to be paid. That means original bill amount plus interest amount. Interest amount has been already paid, so the original bill will be 1,06,000 itself. So on 4th of December, a new bill was generated. Cash amount was received as a part of interest, and accordingly a new bill was generated in the name of Preetham. Now the last entry that will refer to is completely honoring the bill after 2 months. Let's figure out the date now. Now 4th of December is the day when this new bill was renewed. Hence 2 months after that will be 4th of December to 4th of Jan, 4th of Jan to 4th of Feb. 2 months done here. Additionally 3 days will be added to it. So that will be 7th of Feb. So this is how the entry is passed in terms of the drawer. Now similar entry has to be passed. However, it will be in the form of Drawee account. Hence, all these dates are important. So let's go ahead and prepare the Drawee account now. Now, in terms of entering the journal entries in the books of Drawee, the dates will remain the same because you have already mentioned the same dates there. It's just the reverse entries will be passed here. Let's figure out how. So the first entry refers to the purchase account entry. That means purchase account debit to Vijay account. This has been done because the purchase has been done from the merchant named as Vijay, and the amount is 1,06,000. On the same day, the bill was accepted and sent to him. So we'll pass the entry related to that. So on 1st of September, when the bill has been accepted, the entry will be Vijay account debit to bills payable account, because that is a liability for Preetham. Now you have to think from the perspective of the drawee. So Preetham is you and you have to think according to that. So the person to whom you are sending is Vijay and you are creating a liability for yourself, hence credit balance, bills payable. Now on 4th of December, the bill was dishonored and renewal request was passed. So here the entry will be completely opposite to the one that we did earlier. That means in the earlier, when the bill was accepted, it was Vijay to bills payable. So the reverse entry will be bills payable to Vijay. On the same day, we paid interest because renewal request had a condition that interest amount has to be paid. So interest is an expense for us as a Preetham and cash is going out. So interest to cash. So 1590 interest isn't paid off and interest account will be debited. However, instead of cash, you will be mentioning here Vijay because the name of the person is mentioned. In case if it is not mentioned, then you can mention cash or bank account. So on 4th of December, again the new bill was prepared. So Vijay account debit to cash account in the form of interest that has gone and to bills payable for the new bill that is due. Now on 7th of Feb, that will be the payment of the bill. So on 7th of Feb, we have passed the entry bills payable account debit because the liability that was created in the start has been paid off now. Hence, it will be debited and cash has been going out for 1,06,000. Hence, that will be credited here. So this is how the entry is supposed to be passed in terms of drawer and drawee. And this is how you need to make sure that the bills of exchange entries are passed in the correct manner, including the date and the amount here. So I hope this video gave you a clarity about how to pass the journal entries here forward and in relation to bills of exchange. So thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned with Ekeeda and keep subscribing to Ekeeda.